An open question to both of you. We've all studied carefully what the new Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police has said about this specific case, and very detailed about vetting, cross-referencing, all forces checking and so forth. Does any of it reassure you?
I mean, it doesn't, but that's simply because the past 2 years, you know, 2 years ago, we had them promises of we're going to change things, we're going to make things better and safer for women and girls. And then nothing seemed to happen in those 2 years. It's been 2 years since the vigil. 2 years and nothing seemed to change. So unless there's stuff that has changed that we don't know about, I really don't trust that it's going to happen and change now.
Why is that possible? Because I can't contradict Patsy, because I know it, having read a bit around it, that that is true. That Cressida Dick also talked about trying to improve that system. But when the Commissioner says, this will now happen, we will get this right, how can it be, she's right, that it doesn't happen? And if it does happen, it doesn't happen quickly enough.
No, I'd agree with that. It hasn't happened quickly enough. It's a huge amount of work. The difficulty with vetting is vetting's only as good as the day it's actually done, and it's on the information usually supplied by the person, the applicant. What needs to happen is much more in-depth vetting on a regular and frequent basis, because it's a huge task of work to go into what... And you're taking on, almost on trust, what the person's telling you. You've then got to almost become an investigator and start looking at their background. You know, what they're doing online, who they associate with, where they live, their social habits, etc. These abusers know they're in a position of trust and power.
Absolutely.
So they know how to hide this.
And what you're describing there brilliantly from your police experience is what is called in many other industries continual assessment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's done in my trade, and my daughter's a teacher, and it's done in that trade as well. You were nodding delicately off camera there. A continual assessment.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think that they're not vetted enough or in depth. And I think the problem is that, yeah, like you said, any system, any job you are looked at, you are vetted in a way. But with the police, you're given such power to do what you want to do with certain powers. So I think it should be stricter. And also, we look at the consequences. 9 times, apparently, they were told about it and nothing happened. There needs to be consequences where, OK, something's been raised, you're immediately suspended. Why should you be allowed to work? Any other job would suspend you, you know?